Hi guys, welcome to Bib's Life and the US.
President, but I think he has spent too much time at the faculty lounge. Opposite mindset of Mitch Daniels. Mitch Daniels ought to stay at Purdue. That's where he belongs. We don't need another Mitt Romney. Certainly not coming from the great state of Indiana in the U.S. Senate.
This guy's worse than Mitt Romney. This guy was rolled out by the Bush apparatus. Remember, this guy was going to be president of the United States. They wrote in National Review, George Will, all these guys. This was their candidate, right? And he lasted, I think, less than a week because there's some issues. We won't go in. It's a family show at 10:50 in the morning. It's a family show. We won't go into the issues, but he stayed in the race less than a week. Mitch Daniels is the best they've got, the establishment to put out there. It's a joke, but they're already pushing hard. He's a globalist. He's from the Bush junta. He was the OMB guy, supported everything Bush did. All the warmongering, all the waste of the $9 trillion in Iraq and Afghanistan. It wasn't all done on his watch, but a lot of it was done on his watch. Never piped up. It's a paper tight. This is what you get from the National Review and the faculty lounge at the National Review, George Will, all of your betters in conservative media. They're going to be pushing this guy big. A paper tiger is Mitch Daniels, not a chance. Because there's still so many, how do I say, these personal issues, right? They're kind of unseemly that we can't mention we can't.
It is damn near impossible to do. We did it, and at the state convention, rather than primary for state office holders, they have a convention. I will tell you, at that convention, being there in the room, in the auditorium, it was really palpable the difference between the elected officials who were largely on the stage and then the delegates, the activists who were in the crowd and on the convention floor. They were thoroughly MAGA, all of them war room fans, by the way, all of them animated by patriotic populism, by the urgency of saving this country, of changing things dramatically, not tinkering around the edges, anti-globalists, proud Hoosiers, proud Americans, and then contrast that with this very corporatist Indianapolis set. It was fascinating to watch. Thankfully, the rabble-rousers won, used their electoral power to win that race for Diego Morales, who was validated and endorsed by Jim Banks. And I believe that same crew, that same movement, is now going to elevate Jim Banks in the Republican primary and put him in the U.S. Senate where we need him. Look, courage, you often say courage is contagious. It is in a lot of places. I think it will be in the U.S. Senate. I think there are a lot of senators there, people like Tom Cotton, who sort of want to agree with us, but need their backbone to be strengthened. And they need it to be strengthened by colleagues like J.D. Vance, who we just sent there, who I think is going to do that and going to be that kind of fighter, and people like Jim Banks. I think there's going to be strength in numbers in the U.S. Senate.
Yeah. I agree, and Hawley's one of the leaders. Cotton's got to drop the neocon. We need a 10% increase to the defense budget. We don't need to be the world's policeman, and we certainly don't need to be everywhere in the world looking for the next kinetic war and shoveling all that cash where Cotton's been 1,000% wrong in Ukraine. Okay, Steve Cortez, real quickly, you're ahead of people. Get to you, sir.
Yeah, please read my new article on Substack. I'm at Cortez Steve on the Twitter.
Thank you, brother. 90-second break. The mayor, Rudy Giuliani, next.
Get in on the action with Prize Picks. Simply pick 2 or more players to win up to 10 times the money. How do you feel? 10 times more money? Woohoo! Join the 1 million people who Prize Picks is available in your state. Download the app today and enter the first deposit
what are they not amplifying now, or just?
It was very fitting. By the way, we're going to take a break. Mark's going to hang through the break with us. I'm not so sure I would say Watership Down's a children's book. It's actually, it's kind of like Bambi. It's a very tough, it's like Bambi's not a child. Bambi's a tough one. Watership Down's a tough one. Anyway, short commercial break.
On a car ride though originally, but yeah, I get your point.
Yes. No, it was to get them thinking about the way the world is. And it's quite brilliant, right? Quite brilliant. Okay, anyway, short break. Mark will join us on the other side.
Get daily news, politics, and culture the establishment media ignores. Right off the press. Offthepress.com is the new free hub for all the best news stories all in one place. Stories like Biden's border crisis, runaway inflation, soaring crime, and cancel culture. With blatant bias in the establishment media, Americans no longer have confidence in their reporting. We read thousands of stories every day to find out what really matters. Offthepress.com rises above the noise to deliver well-sourced news stories you just won't find anywhere else. We put in the work so you don't have to. We want to bring the news to you for free. Sign up today for the Off the Press newsletter and get all the news that other sites locked into the liberal echo chamber refuse to print. And when you sign up, you'll automatically be enrolled as an OTP insider. So you'll get breaking news delivered right to your inbox right as it happens. In your garage or basement, introducing Tri-Burst from Bell & Howell. The new LED true panel socket light that's crazy bright. It'll transform any area from dim to ultra bright. Tri-Burst screws into any light socket and the hinged panels can direct light anywhere. Look, a standard bulb is 265 lumens, but Tri-Burst lights up this whole basement with 4,000 lumens of light. It's a night and day difference. Get Tri-Burst for just $29.99. Call now.
Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
Okay, welcome back. Mark, walk through some of the other analysis you do in this, because you make a very good point about the Worship Down analogy, but then you back it up. And this is getting more and more important now because the evidence is coming, the data is coming, you know, the whole facade is starting to break. This is why at Davos, you don't see them sitting there beating their chest on the Great Reset or Build Back Better or anything in the vaccines. They're doing it. Don't get me wrong. They're in their panels. But if this was 1,000% like they said it was going to be, they would just be in your face nonstop. So walk us through your analysis. This piece is, I thought, spectacular when we first put it up and we talked, and then Zero Hedge links to it. Of course, now there's on. Elon Musk has come out and shown how the big pharma wanted to come out and shut down Zero Hedge. He made it, and look, Zero Hedge is not perfect. Zero Hedge links to certain sites that are, let's be blunt, I think associated with the KGB, like Strategic Culture, which have brilliant pieces, but you got to understand some of the links there, you just got to be very careful about how you read them. That being said, it's still one of the best sites on, particularly related to capital markets, global capital markets. Zero Hedge, as we now know from Elon Musk, Big Pharma came to them and really wanted it shut down. They wanted it suppressed because it was putting up things on therapies, and particularly low-cost alternatives on the vaccines. If you had to use the vaccines for third world, so the Big Pharma would make these outrageous profits. And of course, Big Pharma is all about the money. So Mark, walk us through the rest of the piece.
Right. So I mean, it comes down to the data, like you say. So when people actually pull out data from a site like Open Bears or Edward Dowd's book, actually the name just escaped me, but and he's looking at data sourced from the CDC.
Causes unknown. Cause unknown.
Correct. Yes. Thank you for that. And so when you actually look at the data, and this is something I've been doing since the very beginning of the pandemic. So and I talk a little bit about that in the article. When the pandemic started, I was like telling my friends to buy N95 masks, stock up on groceries and medications, and I was out there in a mask in like February or March. But I also had a spreadsheet going, and I was tracking the numbers coming out of the city of Toronto, province of Ontario, government of Canada, CDC. This was not a thermonuclear level pandemic event. It just wasn't going.
Okay, bye everyone, and don't forget to subscribe below and thumbs up to our channel, and check out our beybs closet in HCEB and make curry, and also check out our beautiful decor in HNEB. Bye bye guys, see you to the next video. God bless you all. Bye.